Okay, hi everyone, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are going to be discuss a next level on the scripting. So in the last week, we discussed about customization, configuration, then we discussed about client script, and we discussed about the UI policies. Today, we are going to be extended, but now the problem is that the today's topic is mainly on the theoretical from my side. Okay, but this is important because a lot of coding happen in this area only. If I truly speak, if you ask me Atul, where the coding happen, mainly coding happen on the business rule level, on the script include level. These are the two main things, or the client script level. Rest, less coding part as and when required. Okay, so we know that there are two type of scripting here. Number one is the client side and number two is a server side. Client side includes client script and the UI policy, and server side includes approximately 6 types. Starting with the UI action, then I can say your ACL, your scheduled jobs, your workflow script, your email scripts kind of things will come under that part. We will discuss only these two. This we already discussed. We will discuss only these two as of now. Okay. Now what is UI action? If I come here and if I open any form, okay, let's say this one. Yeah. So in this particular form, these things, these buttons are called the UI action. If you right click and you can see these options are called the UI action. If you click on this, these options are UI action. Now Aru says a question, Atul, both are the same. Yes, both are same. Then why two places? Just to make the user experience better. If you scroll down, these are again UI action. And these unrelated links are the UI actions. These are the UI actions. Okay. Now if I come back, if you click here, these all are the UI actions. If you see these are the UI actions. If you scroll down, okay, now they have removed these options, or means they have put it on the top. These UI action, these are the UI actions. Means there are a lot of places where this UI action has been used, but these UI action has a different name. If something appearing here, this is a list view UI actions. This is a button. If you click on this, this is a context menu UI action. If you click on this, it's an additional action UI action. So now we will create one UI action and we'll see how it will be look like. UI action and system. So you can see 2185 UI action given by service now. See how many are working on incident. 28. Assigned to me, on-call roster, remove incident, create request, create change request. On the right clicks, you can see these options. These are nothing, these are the UI actions for me. Now let's create a new. The only thing is that there's a no drag and drop. It is completely coding part. So let's say I'm putting LNG. On which table you want to do? I want to put on the incident table. What is the action name? This is the place, this is the name, these are the words which we use for our coding. We never use this word because ये सामने दिखता है, ये नहीं दिखेगा. LNG. Now let's click on the save. ठीक. Now if I come here and open the incident record. Let me do that part. And now if you see here, this button is not appearing. See, this button is not appearing. Why? Because we did not tell to the system that where to be show. So this is the right side, form button, form context menu, form link. Let's save. And now reload it. See, LNG 1, 2, and form link. This number 3. This is coming from these options. Now I generally take this example every time in my training to understand this part. If you notice, if you're traveling maybe in a flight, in a train, in a bus, and nowadays in a cab as well, you find when there's an exit door, let's say take example of the train or the flight. On the exit door, it's not a normal light, it's not a normal color. They have a bold red color exit. Some kind of that. The same functionality available in ServiceNow as well. That is called the form style. How you want to show this button? See, if I put this button in this format, you accidentally may click on this one. But if I highlight this button with a different color, let's say destructive. And now reload this page. See, it is a red color now. Why? Because I want not user should not user click this intentionally. This is a separate color you can see here, right? I tell you one example. When I was working in ServiceNow domain, okay, I generally need to do a lot of testing as well in the lower environments before it go to the production environment. Okay, and I open a lot of environments or the tabs in my browser. One day, by mistake, I created a change in the production instance for my testing. I put the details and click on the save email trigger. And I got a call. Why created this change? Why it's showing as a dummy value only? I said, no, I did not create. He said, see, I have a mail. When I go and check, oh my God, it's for production. Then someone told me about this option. This is called the environmental marker. So I create a marker there that it is a dev, it is a test, it is a production. Now I have one more point, or maybe Arus has a point. Atul, in my company, we cannot add the extensions in the Chrome. Now what to do? I want to safeguard myself. Then I tell you one thing. If you come here and you click on the preferences and you come on the display. OK, where it is gone. It's not part of this this one. It's part of the UI 16, I guess, if I'm not wrong. No. Wait. Not theme. It should be there. Accessibility. Show data chain. No, it's not been there. Maybe it's not the part of UI 16. Sorry, unified experience. But in the part of the UI 16, there's a concept called the themes where you can change the color of these particular borders. The purpose was that only to include that thing. I'm not sure that why it's not showing to me. Maybe the themes are there now, or maybe it is somewhere in the display option, which I'm not able to identify it. OK, but that option was available. OK, so now to do that part, we have a destructive as a type. You can try in primary unstyled as well. Now list banner button. Click on this. List choices, list link type, and type let's say unstyled and save. ये सारे किसमें लिस्ट पे, इसका मतलब यहाँ तो नहीं होंगे. We have to be go underscore list dot, and now you can see here. And below you can see here. See. You can see LNG option. See. You can see Kange here. LNG option here or what? Or maybe I can show here. Not here. This one. LNG option. Right? So and here LNG option. Now only thing is that because if you click on this, nothing is happening. No record selected. Now to do that part, we have to do a coding here. And also these two options are important. Is it a good point to show the update button when I'm creating a new record? अतुल कोई फायदा नहीं है. When we are creating, then why we are updating it? Creating means the first time it's going. So you can put it yes or no, that I don't want to show this button on the, if you see here, let me come and you can see here. This is save button, not the update. Because update will work when a record already exists. So you can do this part. Do you want to show on the insert option or you want to show the update option? Okay. Give me a minute. Yeah, there's a call coming. Yeah, sorry. OK, so now this was the point. Now, if you notice in that book, it was said that UI action are the client scripts as well. So how it work? It work like this. If you click on this, then you can call them in the client side as well. But that is little technical part. This override. Let's say on my form, I have this resolve button and I want to override it. Then I can have to be selected resolve. So I have these two resolve. I have to be find out that which resolve I want to be override. OK, that part. Now important is this. And this and this. On click means which function I should use. Let me come on this book now to be show you that particular part. Script example UI action. Okay. Sys user table, no, not this one. Like assigned to is a UI action. So what they do? You can put your condition here that on which condition it should work. If all value are failed or if the contact type is email kind of things. But यहाँ पर normal English नहीं चलेगा. Here your normal English will not work. You have to be defined in a syntax way. And then you can write it here. Let's say GS. Add error message. No way. Let's save this. Let's see our code is working or not, because GS is a server side class. Now reload it. Let's click on this. No, because we don't have put this in the function. We have to create one function. Let's say hello. Okay. And now I'm not a developer, so I have no idea that how it's work. Will it work for us? What do you think? कुछ तो missing है, semicolon. Not sure what I'm writing, but let's see. Will it work for us or not? Because I know only this much coding, not much. No, it's not working. Good. But point is that we need to be put that which function I'm calling, which condition it's matching, and then it should go here. So like if I come here, let's see if they have anything for us to do practice. This is the thing only they mention. This one. Current dot assign underscore to is GS this. And this is the condition they mentioned. This is for what? Assign to me UI action if you want to work. Then it can work for you. So you have to put the condition on which condition should work, and then you can mark this. But logically, this should also work for us if you're going gs.add error info message. Not sure why it's not working. Okay. This is, I can say. Okay, one more point left now. Here, where you want to show this button. You want to show this button on the workspace form button. So these are the workspaces. You want to show them here as well. Ticket, and you want to show them in a form menu as well. Click it. And here you have to put the client script because you're bringing on the form level, and form is to do the client script. Okay. So it is because nowadays service now bringing the workspace functionality in the picture, which means that these buttons, the work you're doing from the native view, you can do from the workspace as well. Let me save this and see what happened now. And open this in the new window. Let's say maybe something new I'll learn here. Okay, it's loading. So this is the workspaces, a new concept given by service now. And I can come here and click on the incident. Open. Let's click on this. Maybe display. Tough to be said because I'm not a good developer. Even not a developer, not a good. Let's see. Okay, let me open some UI action in the other window. It takes a little bit slow as well. Operations workspace is slow. See, the client scripts are working on this part. No, we don't have our button here. No, we don't have any button. No. Maybe I have to do some more configuration for this part. Not as of now. I have no idea on that part. Okay. Anything here? No. Good. Okay. So now if I come here, let's say on the incident, I have this one. Create change request. Let's see. So they have a name like this and they don't want to show anywhere else. See, no form context menu, they're not showing. Okay, and they are mentioning this particular thing. When the current state is not equal to closed and a user has a ITL role or this role and the field exists, incident RFC is nil. Means in the incident there is a field called the change request. If that is nil, empty, only then user should able to see this particular button. And they are doing the coding here like this. This is important for us to be understand that how to write this condition. And this is what you as a developer need to be learned now. You as a fresher need to be learned this thing because these things directly ask you in the interview. And you have to be answered that one. That is the part. You will slowly you will learn this part that how this thing will learn. That's why I said that there are the two type of person, one who can build the logic, one who can write the logic. This is the logic building here. And I'm telling you, it is nothing. If you know that when to show, then you know Atul current dot state not equal to incident dot close state. And did you surprise that they are using incident state, not the state. If you go here in the incident form, see this field, if I open this is a state field. But what they are using? They are using incident state. Go to incident table, you will find this field as well. And GS, the login user has a role ITL, SN change writer, and gs.field exists incident RFC. This one they're saying. This one. See, this is RFC. If this is empty. Okay, exist RFC and current dot RFC is nil. अगर एग्जिस्ट कर रही है और ये खाली है तो ही ऑप्शन दिखेगा सेव होने के बाद, अदरवाइज नहीं दिखेगा. Let's see if we can help something work here something. ओहो क्या था ये? अब we have this thing so it will not allow us move forward. Okay, but you can check this part. This is what a brief and what I know about the UI action I put in front of you. One-time code return, one-time creation, and multiple places you can use. Maybe you can come here and you can see more. Change, let's say resolve. Now did you notice assigned to me here as well? Assigned to me here as well. These two. See. Both are the different, but one is 10 number, one is 100 number. Let's say resolve. They're using this function resolve incident, this one. And under that, this is what we are missing, function and all this. So if I come here, where is our this one? If I put hello and I put this, hope it will work for us now. I'm sure. If nothing will be going wrong, put semicolon as well. We have to put semicolon after this. If you try, possible it will work. So these are the small things we have to be learned actually. नहीं यार बहुत गलत बात है, नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है, leave it. So now you can see here on the resolve, but in the resolve they have a very big code. Complete. And they have a new global dot incident utility dot can resolve incident current. Means this will work only and only when you're working on the current incident. So these are the service utilities given by ServiceNow, kind of a functions, kind of a methods, kind of a code already written by ServiceNow in this particular 2 words, which is calling another function and then checking all these things and working for us. Like g.form set value, g.form set value, g.form set value. Set value, get value is a part of our GS part, sorry, g underscore form. So we can use this thing and it is client compatible. OK. Are they using it for the client script? Yes. See, they're using it for the client script because even though it's a UI action, it's a UI action which work on the database, but I want to do any checks on the front end when I click on this. See. If you fill this, it will populate. It will populate few of the fields automatically. Resolved by, resolved that, and all things look that. This is what all about of the UI action. Any doubt, any question, any clarification? No. OK. Good. Okay. Now the next part and the last part is called the business rule. OK. Business rules are purely server-side scripting. Again, no drag and drop was possible, but still easy to do. But yes, that required a lot of coding as well. Let me close this. OK, now come here. The way we have a client script, 4 types. Something similar concept we have the business rule as well. OK. Business rules kya hai? Which is not visible on the form level. You cannot see, but it run in the background. Like I was booking a ticket. I click on the submit. When I click on the submit, it take my information, go to in the database record, check my age, check my gender, check my preferences, go to the available seats, find the combination, put the details, or do the booking on my name, bring the information, shoot to me. There is a business rule. Means this is the main concept which only and only work in the database level, not on the form level. And you can see the order 1 lakh, 10 lakh, sorry, not 1 lakh, it's 10 lakh. See how big the order they have. So now click on this. It says name LNG. OK. If you want, you can do it simple as well without any scripting. But generally, it did not work without script. We need a scripting here. Remember that in a email notification we have a when to send, to whom send, what to send. The same thing we have here as well. When to run. Like when we go for a shopping, when you do the payment, when the bill get generated, then you do the payment. Sometime when you go when you go to the restaurant and it's a takeaway, not the dine out, you do the payment before you get the order or your product ready. This is before. But here they are saying you want to run business rule. I said yes. Where you want to be run? I want to be run on the change table, let's say. Okay, change underscore request. When you want to be run, when you're inserting any record, when you're updating any record, when you're deleting any record, or when you fetching any record. Like when you click on this, when you click on this run icon, what are you doing? You're querying it. So a rule is running in the background. I said on the insert. Okay. What action you want to do? You can do bare minimum action with this. I want to set a field. What you want to set a field? Let's say put the short description to hello. Description to LNG. And click on the save. Now let's come here and we'll do this. Arey, did we save it? We save it now. Action on insert to hello and this. Let me change request. Okay. Acha, to insert. Okay. Now let me click on the save. See. It is not working on onload, so don't get confused. It is not onload. You click on this button because it is the rule. Unless you will not click anything, you will not trigger any event, it will not work like this. So we have to say this thing. Atul, theek hai. Now another point which say advance. And when you click on the advance, these options are coming and these options are coming. Let's come here. Advance has 4 options. Before, after, asynchronous, or before display. Means I'm going in a hotel, that hotel has a rule. As soon as you place your order, you'll get a bill. Before the food actually served to you. This is a before rule. नहीं भैया ऐसा ना होता है. हम आएंगे खाना खाएंगे उसके बाद बिल देंगे. That become after. Now the question comes to how we decide that it should run before or after. This parameter basically depend on your business case. That what type of query you are fetching or you are getting from the database. I know I'll tell, okay, guys, tell me how many topics we discuss. If I say on the day 1, tell me how many topics we discuss in the next 45 days. Atul, how we know? It can be calculated only and only after the classes or the batch is over. But guys, how many knowledge you have in service now on the day 1? That is a before query. Okay. Because I know that the day you started, I can ask this question. So it depends on the use case. Now, asynchronous. Asynchronous means that it will run in the background, but in kind of a round robin. It will not stopping anything, any business, any operation in between. Not business, basically any operation in between. That is called the asynchronous. जैसे हमारे घर में our mothers do. On the one gas stove, they're preparing paratha. On the other gas stove, they're preparing tea. On the other gas stove, they're preparing the afternoon lunch. Asynchronous, two hands, but as they get time, they do their work. This is asynchronous. Now, on the basis of this, these things also. So now if I click on the before, it say you want to insert, update, delete or query. Before will work for everybody. If you click on the after, then also you can take any action. But if you work on the asynchronous, कुछ तो था ना इसमें यार. Then also this 4 work. But if you click on the display, then it's not like no before or after. Sorry, it's not like insert or update. It will display before. Before you want to display message, it will run. And you can put the condition as well that I want to be run this particular business rule only on these conditions. When my state is new, when my state is in progress, when my state is assigned, only then it should run. So click here before insert. OK. Now because it is as an advanced, so you're getting a function as well. Current value क्या है, previous value क्या है, because it is running कि पहले क्या था अब क्या है. ठीक, and you can write your code here. Code means you can write your JavaScript, sorry, server side classes use, and you can do it work here. You can do the same part from here as well. Add a message. Hello, hello, and hello. OK, like this. You want to abort it. Action about, you don't want to proceed further. Let's say what happened now. And we'll go here and we'll get a new chain now. Let's see my code will work or not. Not 100% sure, but want to give it a try. Okay. Save. So invalid insert. Hello, hello, and hello is coming. This one. Abort because we say no, I do not want to proceed. Then it give me this one. So now it will not save. If I save this again, I'll again get the invalid insert. And if I reload it, my data will gone because I don't want user to proceed. ठीक है, आपने भर दिया यहाँ पे. I am giving flexibility, you did it. But when you click on the save, I say no, this is not the valid class. You cannot proceed. So abort the action here only. Then you have aborted. But now if you save and you will run it, it will not abort anything. And click on the save. You will get a message, but no abort because it is a info message, not the error message. That was the error message. So you can see specify field values, set field value wise is 2, same as the dynamic. You can put the dynamic as well, I guess. Some other value you want to do on the runtime. 2 can be dynamic. Anything you want to change, you can change it. This thing. And if you want to do the advanced level, you want to go on the coding level, you can go it. Not an issue. It's up to you what code you want to do. You can do it here. Clear. This is a small introduction about and overview about the business rule. Question. Jyoti, what do you think?
No.
Good. So if I say from the scripting perspective, what I know, I told you that mainly on this part that, and I intentionally introduced these topics because I got a feedback from my participants. Sir, functional तो हो गया लेकिन coding का कुछ भी नहीं आता मैं इंटरव्यू में. Just to give them a base, give them a direction, I'm added this part. And what I told you, I just learned and just sharing it. Okay. Now, another concept which lie here is called the data policy. You remember that we discussed about the UI policy? So now come here. UI policy versus data policy. Data policy, basically what it do. See, we did the transform map, right? What that mean? That we can bring the data in ServiceNow from the third party tool. So whenever you're bringing data in ServiceNow, other than creating in ServiceNow itself, we consider it as a third party tool. Okay, it means I can bring the data in ServiceNow from Excel sheet. I can bring the data in ServiceNow from other ServiceNow tool as well. I can bring the data in ServiceNow from XML as well. I can bring the data in ServiceNow with the help of JSON as well, or any other way, any other integration way, basically I can say. Then this data policy come into the picture. Data policy put restrictions that you cannot put unnecessary, unrelated data in my system, in my place. If I am here, you cannot do anything. See, UI policy work on the form level, but data policy work on the server level, because you are inserting in the database, and then it will help you. Now come here and let's see this part. It's all again not much on the practical part. Data policies. Come here and click on the data policies. So like this. Let me put on the. See. Make close info mandatory when resolved or closed. That is my data policy. And if you open this, you will find out that these things I want to be run. So now if I say let's come back here to understand the functionality, click here. On which table you want to be run? I want to be run on the LNG table, sorry, incident table. Okay. Incident inherit because you are getting this from the task table, right? Task table is the parent table. Do you want to inherit? I said no. Reverse if false. Remember the concept of the UI policy. These two are easy. These two are same and similar. This is important. What it says. Apply to import set. Means if I am bringing the data in ServiceNow via import set, not via XML, not via SOAP, not via kind of things, then you want to applicable this. I said yes. Let's say I want to be bring 10 or 20 incidents from one instance to the another instance. Even though why I should bring incidents at first point of time, it's an invalid requirement. But still, if I'm bringing the incident from one instance to other instance, because incident will go in the list view first, and then I want to put this restriction that boss, if you're bringing, make sure these fields are mandatory. You cannot skip this part. Okay. So number one, I can put this apply to SOAP. SOAP means when you are bringing it from the integration perspective, XML's way. I want to make it mandatory. Yes. Use as UI policy on the client script. If basically use this policy as a UI policy on the clients as a client script as well. Means एक ही काम है, हम एक बनाएंगे लेकिन दो जगह यूज कर लो आप. तो वो कंसेप्ट यहां पर आता है. Now if I open the UI policy, there should be a button as well. on UI policy. Convert into the data policy kind of thing should be there. Let's say this one. See this, not this one, not default view. Let me change the view here. Otherwise, there's one option came, convert into the data policy. Or maybe the vice versa only is be applicable. So I can say make user field user ID mandatory or not blank. This one. And here I can put the condition. Oh, sorry, I'm on the color. Let's say color. Color is not empty. It means when I'm bringing any data in the incident table from import set or via XML or on the UI policy, this should become mandatory for me. It should not be empty. Then it should run. This is what the data policy says. Let me bring and show you some more options here to understand a little bit in depth. And I'm telling you that these are not much, I can say, difficult. Okay, these are the thing which I'm introducing just to give you a flavor, because maybe during the interview it can be asked to you that you understand about this. And mainly it has been asked as a difference. What is the difference between UI policy and the data policy? Nothing on the change table. Okay, let me say task. Let's say problem task is there. So they say true. This is only false. Let's say this one. But it's saying this data policy is not working as a UI policy as well. It says if you are bringing the data, vendor is required if course code of vendor issue on the problem task. So if you're bringing any problem records from the other tool via SOAP, then when type is this and cause code is vendor issue, then you can do this thing. So now where we have gone here, color is empty, and here I have to put the data policy actions. Sorry, this one option, convert to the UI policy C. We have to put the data policy rule, sorry, not the action, that is UI policy action, that you can make any field read only or mandatory. What we understand now, that data policies are mainly used when we bring the data in ServiceNow via import set or via XML or the SOAP or enforce that as a UI policy. But in this case, you only can do two operations with the help of the data policy. Number one, you can make that field read only, or you can make that field as a mandatory, not hidden. Table already table पे hidden कैसे करोगे? Form पे होता, that's fine, but on the table level, if you hide, where it will go? So if you see here, vendor is required. What they're saying, make mandate vendor true, and it is not applicable on the UI policy. Let's see problem task, right? Let's try something. Maybe if that working or not. It's active, right? Active hai. Good. Problem task nahi hai. Okay, let me open it and go to root cause. Let's go to problem task, click on the new root cause, because condition is saying task type is root cause. Okay, coming and I'm putting this low and putting it as save. Okay, assess done. Okay, assign to Assign to problem coordinator. Okay. Tick. Now we have there's no field called the state here. View, default view only. Start work. Work in progress. Where we gone? This one, vendor issue. Then vendor is mandatory. But this is not coming from this particular data policy because यहाँ पर वो option नहीं है. See, use as UI policy on the client script. No, I don't want to be use it. No, this option is coming from the different UI policy, not from the data policy. हो सकता है शायद मेरे कस्टमर सपोर्ट ही नहीं करते, मेरे कस्टमर्स के पास वेंडर का डेटाबेस ही नहीं है. Then why I should make a problem for them? On the form level, I'm okay, but not here. So this is the way that my data policies are working. Two things we can do: make it read-only or mandatory in the data policy, and it's the rule, not the action. And here, if I click on this, convert this to the UI policy. Same thing will be converted to the UI policy now. And you can see one more option has been given. I'm sure this has been already created. Let me click on the save. If it should not give me error. No, it's not giving me error. Good. Okay, so this is what about the small topic of the data policy here. Clear? Any doubt? Any question? Any clarification required? Anybody? Jyoti and Aras. Okay. Clear, right? It's not that much depth, but yes, these are required when you're working on the integration part. When we will do our integration topic, service now to service integration, that time it can be helpful for you because you're bringing the data from one place to other, one tool from other tool. Then it can helpful for you. So generally, these are applicable when you're bringing the data in ServiceNow. Mainly that time we use, and we not convert these into the data policy or the UI policies. We create separate record for the separate purpose. Okay. Good. Any other doubt, question, clarification? Good, then let me stop the recording and we'll take a quick attendance now.